Good morning. It's Wednesday morning, and these are our Being Light, Becoming Light meditations. And I am Jan, Jorgensen Cercone at Sound and Light Healing Arts. And every week we get together to explore our own spiritual expansion and path in a world that it is hard to reference all that is happening within, which is occurring externally on the earth. It does seem simultaneously that things are getting worse out there, the social systems, but somehow they're more tolerable and seem better by this inner work that we're doing, which gives us a sense of witnessing, more of a neutrality, more hope, and ability to work with our own emotional field. So today, the topic was inspired by Esther Hicks, and she channels this amazing being named Abraham. And her topic was about contrast. And so often, people tell me, just in conversations in my clients and circles, that they're having problems, that something is pressing against them that doesn't feel right, it's not aligned. And there's a lot of agony and talking and energy involved with that vortex of focusing on the problem. So if we reposition ourselves slightly over to the side, and Esther Hicks said today, it's merely contrast. It's merely feeling, exploring, and experiencing facets of people, places, and things, and taking a slice of that interaction, activity, or place and creating a pressurized system within ourselves. And this is contrast. This is, I'm not happy, I want something else. And this is exactly what we are meant to do now, because nothing in the universe holds still. I don't know why in the 50s, specifically people of my generation, we were brainwashed to think that if you got a nice job, married someone nice, and paid your taxes, that, hey, you'd have this nice, seamless, stable life with all that you needed, and then retirement and joyously travel. That's not so much the nature of reality, and specifically for this time, when humans on earth are needing new forms and new ways. And so we might as well get with the program that change and contrast is healthy. And it is what we can embrace as we, again, step to the side and think of new ways of perceiving our lives as experiencing, exploring, being present, and using our discernment and using our childlike witness to imagine and to sense and feel how we want it to be, as opposed to how we're feeling in this moment. And children do that automatically. They're tired of playing on the swing, and they'll just go and play on the merry-go-round for a while. No. We as adults, we get stuck on that swing until we're dizzy and sick, and everybody's tired of pushing us on that swing because we had an idea that that's what we needed to do to be happy. So we have to change the actual formula of our thinking and beliefs, that happiness or satiety is a static thing. Contrast. And what Esther Hicks said, let me see if I can remember close as possible. If you're not having contrast, you're not able to decide. If there's nothing to decide, it's like you're flatlining. And it's like there's no movement, and you might as well check out. And so I think that's what depression is, where people are stuck in the past to a certain way that they decided things needed to be, and they cling to that. And if external doesn't match it, they go into a despair. You can't recreate things. You can't live the past. Everything changes. So I'm going to invite you this morning to explore more contrast in your life and reframe the wording of difficulty problem. And when you look at it as contrast, it's an opportunity. So begin with small ways to contrast in trying something absolutely new. Now, if you've been watching these meditations every week, I don't know if you noticed, but I actually parted my hair on the opposite side today. That is a contrast. And when I look at myself in the mirror or feel different, it's totally a different feeling. That's very small. So it's almost as if these are just mental concepts until we really experience them. So I'm going to take you through a little process here before we drop into our meditation, where we release our resistance to change and contrast. So I'm going to ask everyone on this little chat session today about contrast, and those that see it in the future, to just go along with me for a moment. And I am going to ask you to look at me and look at the beautiful contrasting colors. Notice how that holds your consciousness and your perception very focused and crisply on a creation outside yourself. It has pulled your attention, and you have put your will to put your attention into that. This is the physical world. 80% of our beliefs and what we experience comes to us from the external, and that's how we judge and make our belief systems in conjunction with other people's belief systems till it becomes a prevailing reality. So what if that's not really the truth of what's out here? What I have decided that you're going to experience and make decisions and anchor yourself in this moment. So I would like for you to take both hands and cup your eyes, completely cover your eyes. And notice that you are just having a slice of the same reality now. And you are listening to my voice. And you are having to have your guidance system reference your life experience from an entirely different place. You're more aware of your body, more aware of your skin, the temperature in the room. You're actually grounding into your physical self. So imagine that you are in this state now, and that there is a huge world out there, the world that the angels and our Creator sees, and it's full of millions of things that you can't see. And that you are just receiving a slice of the true interdimensional reality that is available, but due to your programming and experience, you are just seeing dark right now. This is exactly the human condition. Go ahead and take your hands off of your eyes. And just imagine that if you were seeing with the Creator's eyes, you would be seeing people's auras. You'd be seeing shadows within people's energy fields of stuck energies and hitchhiking energies. You'd be seeing certain households of having a vibration, a grid of calm and coherency. You'd go into certain stores and environments, and you would have a sense of, this is not a safe place. The food is not of a high vibration. The cook is sick. You would know everything. But as humans, we take just a little slice of reality because that's all we are able to handle, because we become sensorially and emotionally overwhelmed. So the reason that we are going through the Be the Light meditation processes every Wednesday is to create a sense of safety and grounding as we take our hands off and we see the world and reality and other people as they actually are, not as a contextual illusion of manipulative creation based on consensus reality, but how they actually are. The actual energetic underpinnings of how things are created and flow. And because so much right now is a miscreation on the earth plane because of the fear-based reality, if we can't reference ourselves with the eyes of truth by going inward, repeatedly going inward and resourcing and filling ourselves with the vibration of truth and peace in the eyes to see, then we are part of the illusion and part of the co-creation. We are collaborating with the dissonant energies that have kept humans in the earth stuck for so long. So how does this relate to the contrast part? You can't have a clear vision of what is light and what is life-giving and what is dark and shadowy and actually dissolves life in divine principles, unless you acknowledge that contrast is a natural state and there is no good and bad. There is just energy in how it is used by the human will and soul to move forward into new life-giving ways, or again, to be fear-based and to grip and hold on. And that causes disease and social systems that are dehumanizing. So you must understand that the nature of being in a human body on earth is one of contrast. So you want to be a master of contrast. You want to say, oh, there is that dissonant vibration again. What is it? What is it? What? That's when I hear a woman's voice, say in her 50s, where it has a little bit of neediness, and I just go into antagonistic resistance. And then I say to myself, I remember that contrast that I discovered as a child, of feeling so sad that my mother had no pride, no self-esteem, and was so manipulative and had to use everyone else, including me, to feel good about herself. And I hated that feeling. Good. That contrast, that feeling of not being at ease, dis-ease, has actually been pinpricked by a person that you invited into your life to show you the contrast. Your well-being is now being interfered with. And that person has a complete right to be who they are on their path in that moment. So what do? The reason I do these meditations, you release it and forgive yourself, and you thank that person for bringing that in, so you can use that contrast to make a new decision and move on. You wouldn't have that if you were just happy in la-la land all the time. That's the fifth dimension, and we're getting there. But that's a new creation. It's a new epoch and a new frequency band where we will reside. It may take a few hundred years for humans, but we are on the jumping off point now of understanding fully our ability to hold our awareness and presence and to acknowledge contrast. We are still in duality. We are still in a place of dark and light and gray and in between. And to acknowledge it and to not be held hostage by other people's playgrounds of their own play of dark and light, but to understand energy. I actually remember when I was younger, I loved contrast. I still do. And people say, oh my God, Jan, why are you doing this? And I say, just to understand that vibration so I can understand the music of all things. And I grew up in a little white neighborhood, and my friend and I, we loved to get on the bus and we would drive into areas of extreme poverty and people with different colors. And we would go and have breakfast in a little diner in downtown Oakland, and I would say to myself, this feels different. The people look different. And I didn't understand, what is this vibration of sadness and hopelessness and poverty? And I wanted to feel and merge with that vibration. So to become a full, whole human being is to experience all of it. And so if we are in a period of, say, no finances, this is orchestrated by your inner self to understand and have compassion and to understand the energy of money and manifestation. So instead of beating ourselves up with contrast, it is to say, oh, I've been rich, I've been very poor, and now I am choosing to live in a simplistic, supportive way. How would you know that unless you had really mastered the other two conditions? So this is how we improve our choices and come to a place of wholeness and peace. So let's go ahead and do a meditation that will help us stop beating ourselves up and judging ourselves for bringing severe contrast experiences into our lives, and sometimes recycling the same but slightly different flavors of these contrasting experiences and welcome them in as growth. In fact, the deeper into agony that I go sometimes over interaction with the person, or if I feel someone is being very manipulative and controlling, and I want to do the highest, best thing, and it's difficult because of their communication or awareness skills, I actually enjoy digging down and going very deep and feeling the feeling so deeply that it's almost as if our human nature default is to say, oh my God, I'm going to be stuck in this feeling forever. It's never going to get better. Well, to say I'm going to be stuck forever is actually the impetus that says, I can't be stuck forever. I need. Then you call someone, you do the meditation procedure yourself, and bit by bit, you start recycling, recoiling, and vortexing that energy out until it no longer haunts you. And then you have a new contrasting experience. People, Pablo Casals, Gandhi, all of these great beings sometimes did their greatest work, and as they continued their awakening process, look at the Dalai Lama, it is just something to be embraced, this exploration of the ultimate vibrational experience, and to not be in fear. They say that beings like Jesus could walk through a colony of lepers because he held such a dominant frequency of light. There was no possibility of him picking up on any bacteria or virus because it couldn't live in his experience of light. So on to the meditation. Let's just check the time here. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath through our nose and out through our mouth. We ask and intend to set a sacred space. We place a hold-on of balance over our entire energy field. Only energies of the highest light may be in this space now. Go ahead and acknowledge in your life or in your body, if there's any place right now where this word contrast is creating a quagmire in your body. The contrasted feeling of experiencing an emotional field of worry and thoughts, even physical stress, as opposed to how you want to feel aligned, empowered, and calm. So take this specific picture of what is bothering you in this moment. It doesn't even have to be specific. It can be a behavior pattern, an old vibrational reaction. Go ahead and take a deep breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And let that come forward. Let that experience and that vibration be here so that you are so tired of that contrast that you're ready to choose something new. You are ready to move past it. And you must make a decision to surrender and surrender these lower unaligned vibrations, this contrast, and give this whole experience a big hug of appreciation. So you can repeat after me. I ask and intend to thank my conscious and unconscious self for bringing in this situation to help me understand how I cognize and choose actions and live out my life. I am now choosing to stand back out of the emotions of this situation and be thankful that this has happened. So go ahead and feel any part in your body that's saying, okay, I'm ready to let go. And repeat after me. I ask and intend to surrender this heaviness, this pattern and problem. The whole vibrational part of this, I surrender it to the Creator as I allow a new healing vibration to come in and replace and heal. Take a breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And repeat after me. I forgive all other beings who have actually volunteered to assist me to become who I am. I release them from my emotional tirade now. Take a breath through your nose and out through your mouth and notice how you're feeling freer. And all of our guides are here, all the beings of light, and they are applauding that we are letting go of the small self. And now we will allow for the energies of Source to come in through our bodies powerfully. If you'd like to, you can even raise the palms of your hands so that you are assisting your body. And you can shut your eyes and let your non-distracted, focused self right in your heart imagine that the Creator is making a specific formula for you. And you are trusting and allowing and surrendering for this energy now to come down from Source, to be poured deeply right down into your crown chakra, and as if you are being filled. The picture of your body is being filled with liquid light, and the place that was holding your grievance, your place of contrast, that you have now released. It has no sticking attachment value for you. Take a breath through your nose and out through your mouth and just let it go. Now let the last part of it go and be released now. This takes your will to let go, to be free. Just let it go, knowing that you will be infinitely safer and more grounded and calm. So now you're going to imagine that an even greater amount of light is being poured down through your body. And it is pouring into any subsidiary channels that have been co-contributing to this problem. Right down into the cellular matrix, right down into our maternal and paternal memory and lineage. We are done with this, and we are clearing it through ourselves permanently, profoundly, for all humans now. Take a breath through your nose and out through your mouth. And just let this energy now kind of shake a little bit and wave through all of your tissues. And as it does, it takes all the thoughts, all the stress out of the organs, especially the stomach that holds stress. We let the adrenals be rejuvenated. We let the heart rest in this light. And we let the heart be filled up now with this essence. All channels are filled in your body now. So now your physical body can drink of this and be made whole and healed. Beautiful. As if these little light waves are going through all of your tissues. Just removing, again, any fears or resistance. And also embracing the actual perfect path and lessons for you to come. We bring in a new vibration of reverence and joy of even things that we had thought were difficult before. This too shall pass as we acknowledge and recognize all that we have already mastered and learned and moved past. It is time to stop judging ourselves against some super perfect standard. It is time to stop judging ourselves against other people's ideas or other people's paths or successes. We are embracing our uniqueness to bring in contrast at the right speed and the right type, actually with anticipatory joy. We ask and intend that we create an emotional field of allowance and acceptance. And we soften and release any need to experience trauma. We are letting that go out of our field. We ask the contrast come in calmly and surely in our highest good. And we will embrace it and heal it and move through it. So with this sense of confidence and efficacy to handle whatever happens, we are now empowered to be who we really are, growing in that, knowing every moment. So with this sense of peace, we simply open this little trap door, send this energy down into the core of the earth, and bring that energy from the core of the earth up through your feet, your legs, and up through your body. Let it nestle into your heart for a moment. And now let the energy just shine out back up towards source and shine it out towards the entire universe. And also shower it back to the earth. It's as if you've decided to be a teacher and a way shower, a lighthouse on earth, and that all that you just did potentizes and allows for more people to move forward on their path. So just feel all of this and feel good about yourself as we finish this meditation by bringing in a beautiful golden resilient egg and putting that around your energy field powerfully so that you can integrate and stabilize these energies for yourself today. Excellent. So I recommend that you spend a few moments after I press stop on the recording and do integrate and contemplate and relax a bit. And then go have some water and go throughout your day and notice this relabeling of experience and exploration, contrast versus problems. So thank you for joining me today. I am Jorgensen Cercone, and I can be reached at soundandlighthealingarts.com.